Yes. So like around 2 weeks ago, it was a normal night, a cold night, clear skies. We were walking our dog. It was around 6:30, 7:30, around that time. It was already dark because we are in the period of change. So it's not light out. We were walking our dog normally. I always wanted to see a UFO. Always. Like
he talks about it all the time.
all the time. And like every single night I look at the sky. Always. Every single night.
Yeah.
Like hoping I see something.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like, oh, the stars are beautiful. And he's like hoping to see weird shit.
I'm hoping to see something to move or like whatever.
Yeah.
So we were walking our dog. This night, I wasn't looking up.
Go
And-
figure.
And we were about to get into the house. Like we were 1 block away. I look up and I see this very weird shape. It was kind of like I don't even know how to describe it because it's something I have never seen.
It
Right.
was weird because it was like I said, there was not a single effing cloud in the sky. Like
There was
literally, it was
nothing.
like one of
Clear
those like
skies.
such a cold night that there's nothing but like little holes in the sky that are like the stars, right?
Right.
Yes.
And so when we looked up, I agree with him. It was weird because it was like seeing a cloud, but there were no clouds. And then it's like when you look at like a iridescent like moonstone or something, like where it's like it moves and like you see purple or green or something. It was like this like smoky thing, and then like it kind of like shimmered. It was like almost like it shimmered, and then all of a sudden I saw it too, and I don't even really like believe in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I saw like what looks like the side of a spaceship. Like it was.
So it was like flying. It was up.
Yeah.
It wasn't stationed.
And it was
No,
weird
no, no,
because
no.
it looked like it was coming through this sky, but like I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw like a piece of it.
You know what's trippy though? Because if you guys were by yourselves, it would be like this story would be different. It would be like I was by myself.
Crazy.
It would be like
No, yeah.
I'm
You're
going
just
cra-
seeing stuff,
I'm
yeah.
just seeing
Like-
things. But the fact that they both saw it, it's like a witness. Like they have a witness. Like when they told me this soon after it happened, I was kind of like in disbelief. Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, what did you just see? I mean, it's crazy to really think about it because these are things that people for centuries have said they've seen and they've experienced and whatever. But like, I can't believe you guys actually saw. Like,
I know, and
cannot
like I said,
believe
I
it.
don't believe in these kind of things really. Like
Right.
I'm more inclined to like I don't know, like believe in an angel or something than to like
Exactly.
Right.
think
Exactly.
of paranormal.
Exactly.
And like I've never seen a ghost or anything, and I've just always been like part of that thought process. That's like if you like open your mind up to it, like you'll start seeing it. Like that's what my mom always told me when I was a kid because I was so afraid that I would see a ghost. And she's like, well, if you just like don't invite that thought into your
Right,
mind,
exactly.
like it
right.
probably won't happen. And so
Exactly.
like I've never seen a ghost, and I'm happy about that. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
But like I think because I've always been like I don't know if I really believe in aliens. I didn't think I would ever see one, and it was bizarre how we like saw it at the same like moment. I don't even think you were like, babe, look at the sky. Like we kind of saw it at the same time,
Yes.
and then
So-
we both looked at each other and we're like, do you see that? Like
Yes,
what?
I mean,
Question.
I kind of told you like look up, like look at this. Like, when I wanted to see if I was crazy, because sometimes you could be like seeing something, and I don't know, maybe I'm just freaking out
Well, you guys
myself.
Wait, I have a question. So how long did you guys see it for?
It was around 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
wow.
no longer
And
than
then
that.
for the rest of the night, like I almost tripped a couple times because I was like looking at the sky the whole time we were walking home, and I
Hoping
never
to see
saw
it
it
again.
again.
Wow.
And it was, and like he kept being like, you saw it, and I was like, yeah, I saw it. It was, and I feel like I was like, yeah, you were like, did you see that? But I think I was already kind of looking at the sky because there had been a drone like 20 minutes prior in a different area that we were walking in the neighborhood. And so I was like, fucking drones, like, because I had,
Right.
Yes.
And so I was like, kind of like looking to see, and this was not even remotely
No.
like a drone. Like, there's no way that thing was a
So
drone.
this is one of the things I look a lot of when I don't look a lot. How do you say? I look up a lot of things about aliens and these things, and one of the things that they say is like if it has lights, it's an airplane. If it moves the certain way, it's an airplane. It's an object that we know what they are.
Okay.
This has no lights, no sound,
I was just gonna ask. Yeah,
no sound,
And it didn't have
Oh.
anything. There was
nothing
no blinking lights.
nothing, and like it literally was just like bye.
That's
Like
insane.
that's how long it was. Like
That's insane.
5 to 10 seconds
Oh my
maximum.
God.
That is so creepy.
And it was almost like a time warp. Like, you know, like in
Yes.
movies when it's like when something from another dimension like
Appears and
breaks through,
disappears.
and then that's kind of what it felt like, because it was like
Yes.
shimmering but not shimmering, and it was only a piece of it, but then it was not there. It was so
Yo.
weird.
Yes,
Wow.
it was super super weird, and like I still trying to look up and see, you know, and I of course I went online and I was like, have anybody seen this type of things?
Right, your area.
There is
everything.
none, you know,
Yeah.
like all of the things that people have seen is maybe an airplane or like a random how do you say, you know, like these people who work at Area 51, you know, like
Right,
or whatever,
right.
you know, like these
Yeah.
airplane shapes that are different.
Yeah.
So people are like, I saw none. It's like, no, it's people doing drills and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But this one is like, we're in the middle of Oregon. Like,
Exactly.
there is no US base or something like, you know, that they're doing this type of experiments. At least not that we know. Maybe they
not
are.
that we know of. Right. Right.
But
That's
it was,
crazy.
That's insane, guys.
I mean, I still, every single night, sometimes when we go to bed or when we have to walk the dog for the last time, I'm like, am I gonna be like taken? Like-
Abducted.
That's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
thing.
the fact
Like-
that you guys are here to tell the story is impressive, my
Yeah.
friend. Like, I get goosebumps every time I hear this because I literally believe you guys because it's that insane. Like, it's out of
That's
this world.
crazy.
It's out of this
I
world.
thought he would be more excited, but I think like you seem more worried now.
I think it's not that I'm worried. I think
Like, were you thinking
it's real.
Right. Like, this is actually happening. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes,
Since
yes.
you've
I
been
think-
wanting to see one?
Yes, I've been wanting to see, but you know, like in my thoughts, my freaking thoughts, I was like, they're gonna come and they're gonna appear in front of us and they're gonna tell you,
And they're gonna like
Right.
snatch
like
us. or
either
something.
that, you know, like you're dead or something weird.
Right.
But I feel like it was literally like, I feel like they probably didn't even notice us or like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm kind of the mind that like we're just not that exciting to them or something.
Yes, I think one of the articles that I was reading, I think that's kind of what it was saying, is like they are there, but they are either waiting for us to be developed more, to be a real civilization, because we are right now. This is so crazy. So there is a
Okay.
lot of conspiracy theories and things like that.
Of course.
So there is types of civilizations,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
we are not even in type 1 civilization.
Okay. Interesting.
So we are
Wow.
below zero, you know, like we
Right.
are 0.5. We're between 0.5 and 0.9
Go figure.
Wow.
Go figure.
because, so like when the civilizations are more developed, their type 1 is like they can control the earth, like they can control hurricanes, earthquakes, and things like that.
Okay.
Like civilization 2, I think, is when they can actually travel
Through galaxies.
Through galaxies.
Oh, wow.
And it's something else. Like I'm, you know, this is all conspiracies.
Right,
that
right,
don't
right.
take me like I'm no, because I don't know. This is all what I hear.
Yeah.
Google, yeah.
Yes. But so where we are right now is fighting to be civilization type 1,
Go
where we're
figure.
gonna be able to don't age, when we're gonna be able to don't like control the weather.
Yes.
But what happened in this moment is that this is the moment where the civilization gets so powerful. Sorry, the camera went off.
It's all good. We're on it with our cameras.
This is the moment where or technology is so advanced that people are gonna start fighting for power. What is happening right now in the world? We
Yes.
are fighting for power.
For power.
So what happened to
Right.
civilizations, other type of life, is in this moment they kill each other.
Oh.
So this is the moment where we either survive and
Right.
become that type 1 civilization,
Right.
or we kill each other, which is very very likely.
It's
I
very
mean,
real.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly,
I like to
exactly.
think of I like to think that like they just either don't think we're that exciting, or maybe the way
they're
that
they're waiting for us to see.
like
if we
they're
are.
waiting, or maybe they like the way that they live and breathe like couldn't actually sustain itself like on our planet, like, and just like we might not be able to on theirs. I don't know.
Right.
No, I think
Right.
that if they
Right.
are here,
Right.
they have the power to already travel.
Yeah.
And if they
Yeah.
and if they can travel, they can stay here. I think
Right.
what they're waiting is to see if we are capable
Yeah.
to be that
To
type
that
of.
to that
I mean,
level.
not to get like all spiritual or anything, but like it's interesting because you could look at like aliens as like some people could interpret that as like angels or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like supernatural.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
actually there's like some really fascinating books if you're listening and you're really into this kind of thing. It's called Fingerprints of the Gods, and it's like all about ancient civilizations, like the Mayans and the Egyptians, and how like there's like actually a lot of archaeological evidence and just a lot of also conspiracy theories, but like some of it could actually potentially be true, where it's like maybe those civilizations were visited by aliens or angels. Like because
Right.
like what you're talking about like traveling through time or having the ability to look young forever, what like to some people you could interpret that as like
Magic.
miracle, like
Right.
or
Exactly.
like having like the power of like of God or something.
Exactly.
You know, like it's just like
Exactly.
everything is like subjective to like your own like.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think,
It's
I
interesting.
think,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
like,
definitely.
and that's where it comes from. Like how you call it, it depends on you. You know, you can call it God, you can call it magic, you can call it whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it.
Yeah.
It's
Aliens,
probably
angels, like I
yeah.
don't know.
it's probably
Yeah.
describing the same thing, but we are not there yet, so
Right,
we
we
don't
just
know.
don't have that capacity yet to
Yeah.
see that. I mean, this sci-fi conversation is very intriguing. You can really dive into it. I mean, there's movies and there's shows
There's
about it.
shows,
I
yeah.
mean, it's really intriguing,
It
really,
is.
quite honestly. But I'm more of the person like I'd rather not know, and I'm better not knowing because it's
Yeah.
trippy. Like it is so insane to me. Like it's crazy.
That's
it's really
why I like
crazy.
to think of them as
Yeah.
angels, because then it like doesn't bother
doesn't
me
bother
as
you
much,
as
and I'm like
much,
maybe
right.
they're just like beautiful and they're gonna come here and like heal us all or something. I don't know.
Right,
Like I don't like the like big goobly like or like
No,
the
yeah.
crazy creepy eyes.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
I know
I mean,
I'm like
yeah.
glamorizing it. In my
We don't know
mind,
how
but-
they look like. They could
I
look
was
like
just gonna
us.
say,
Could
like,
literally look like
They could literally
Right.
look like us. They could be
Right.
just different if they're in different environments, like another Earth, and if the other Earth has a gravity of let's say 12 or 5, they could be longer or they could be bigger. You know, it depends of their environments. That's how you shape.
right.
Because,
Right.
for example, there is a planet. I don't remember the name of the planet where the plants are black.
That's
Oh.
creepy.
But it's not because the plants want to be black. It's because the environment.
The environment.
So why is
yeah.
it green here?
If I
It's
was
because
Bostic,
of the
I would build it
environment.
there.
Levels and all that
Right.
stuff.
Because of the
Exactly.
sun, where it is, and like how it's
Absolutely.
located in the
Everything's
galaxy.
placed,
It's,
yeah.
it's so
It's
crazy.
interesting.
The
Right.
colors and why how does it work?
Exactly.
You know, another crazy thing. You know, to fight and to be that type 1 civilization, one of the things that we need to get is money to be a one currency.
Okay. A
So,
universal currency, like,
like-
complete.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
yeah.
how we have
Okay.
the US dollar, we have the
Right.
pound, we have
Yeah.
the yen, we have all this bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
To be able to become a type 1 civilization, we need something like Bitcoin.
Uh,
To be the number, to be the.
Right.
Wow.
To be on the same
Uh-huh.
page.
So like, you know, so that's why people say that right now we are fighting between, like, we are almost taking the step to be type 1.
Yeah.
But we are in the stage where we can also just kill each other for power.
Right.
Right.
Who will survive?
Mhm.
Right. Whoa. We went deep in there, guys.
It is crazy,
It's
right?
Interesting.
nuts.
I feel like when sometimes you connect some of the dots, you are like, am I crazy? Am I becoming a crazy guy?
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe no.
Or
Like
is
this
it
actually.
finally adding up?
Right.
I mean, like